Well, here we are for the first of our live races from Randwick on Tattersalls Day 1988, Chelmsford Stakes Day, one of the great old traditional meetings of the Sydney Turf. Tattersalls Club have had a working relationship with the Australian Jockey Club for a long time now, whereby they literally borrow Randwick Racecourse, I think on 2 occasions a year, Ken, isn't it? This meeting and also Tats Cup on New Year's Day.
That's right, John, and of course there's a City Tats Day too. They're all pretty good meetings. They usually say that the bookies win on these days, but you never know. We might beat them today. Let's look at these prices. Number 1 in Tattersalls Plate, Eye of the Sky, has been well supported in the ring. He's showing just over 5 to 1 on the tote, not quite 11 to 2. Commercial Balance is at 4 to 1. Kentucky Drummer was scratched. Prince Toranaga is a 10 to 1 chance. Take the Kitty, shorter on the tote than he is with bookies, out to about 7 to 2. Might is into 9 to 2. Just under 4 to 1 with bookies. He'll probably come into about 4 to 1 by the time they jump on the tote. 25 Vuora, 16 Sailor V, 9 to 1 Anota, well in the market. 100 to 1 now Big Mr. Wolf, 9 to 1 Mixed Up, 66-0 Trigal, and 40 to 1 King Chaos. My money's on Commercial Balance, a hard, tough, fit horse who's showing $2.65 for 50 cents just at the moment.
And there's another hard, tough and fit performer, Kenny Callender, who's making rapid progress following his recent surgery. Ken tells me that with a bit of luck, he'll be out of that neck brace in about a fortnight. And, well, to quote Ken, he'll be ready to back very shortly. Now, these runners are moving in rapidly. Most of these have been around in everything but the tradesman's trot. Take the Kitty is a perennial place getter. He's run 3 consecutive seconds. He just can't seem to get there. Now, there's Mixed Up moving in. Mixed Up has come up towards the outside of the field. Vuora moves into line with Sailor V, Trigal, Prince Toranaga. Take the Kitty, who's run 3 consecutive seconds of late, moves up to an outside gate. Top weight Eye of the Sky links in, and they're about set and ready for a start now in Tattersalls Plate. 200 metres to the winning post and then 1 lap. Eye of the Sky being held in check by one of the gatemen. Commercial Balance a little fidgety, so is Onota, who's throwing the head about, but the starter's ready for them now, and they'll break it any second. Stalls open, off and running. Commercial Balance jumped in the air when the gates opened and is a shade slow to move, and Might bounced out in front of Big Mr. Wolf and Sailor V. Prince Toranaga striding up towards the lead is keen to go faster, and Trigal is now crossing, and Mixed Up is 3 deep at the winning post the first time, where Trigal led. Might is second. Between horses, Prince Toranaga throwing the head about badly, followed by Mixed Up. Eye of the Sky 4 deep going out of the straight, and then Big Mr. Wolf and Sailor V on the fence. Onota. Take the Kitty trapped a bit wide in the early stages, followed further back by King Chaos, and back at the tail Commercial Balance in company with Vuora. They're tightly packed at the 1800 mark, and Trigal led about a length on Mixed Up at a muddling bat. Running third is Might, followed by Prince Toranaga, and Eye of the Sky is out 3 deep and pulling. Take the Kitty 4 wide is now being allowed to stride up closer to the lead, followed by Onota, Sailor V, Big Mr. Wolf, and back towards the tail are Vuora, King Chaos and Commercial Balance. Only 7 lengths covers the field to the back, where Take the Kitty strides up now to almost join Trigal, and they're going together clear of Mixed Up on the outside of Might. At the head of the others, Eye of the Sky, followed by Prince Toranaga, Big Mr. Wolf, and then Sailor V, Onota. Well back Vuora, King Chaos and Commercial Balance, but still they're tightly bunched in the back stretch now, and Trigal again got clear of Take the Kitty, with Might third starting to pull. Running fourth, Mixed Up on the outside, Big Mr. Wolf 3 deep on the fence, Prince Toranaga. A length and a half further back, Eye of the Sky, followed by Onota. At the head of the others, Vuora starting a forward move, followed by Sailor V, and then Commercial Balance, and last is King Chaos. To the crossing at the 800 mark, again they're bunching up. Trigal just led Take the Kitty. Big Mr. Wolf has whipped up now to make a line of 3 at the 800 mark. Might hasn't gone around a horse from the outset. He's tucked away on the inside of Mixed Up, followed by Prince Toranaga. Might is getting off the fence now as they near the turn, followed by Eye of the Sky. Onota got a bad check. He floundered and went right back to the tail of the field as they turn for home. Take the Kitty is in front now as they come around the corner and drew clear by a length or more to Trigal, followed by Might, who's driving between horses, and then Mixed Up and Eye of the Sky. But over the rise, Take the Kitty led. Might is about to grab him. Mixed Up is joining in, and so is Eye of the Sky down the outside. Might put his head in front on top of the rise. Mixed Up and Eye of the Sky are trying to get to him, and then Sailor V from a long way back. Might is in front, 100 out. Eye of the Sky is trying desperately to pick him up, and then Sailor V, but Might with the pull in the weights is starting to draw clear close to home. Sailor V getting along the rail, won't make it. And Might from 1600 to 2400 does a good job to win Tattersall's Plate over Say La Vie and Eye of the Sky third. Then Prince Toranaga mixed up and take the Kitty Commercial Balance, Onota. Further back King Chaos and Vuora, followed by Trigal, and Big Mr. Wolf is last. Well, Might's jumping from 1600 to 2400 metres in the space of 2 weeks has been able to win Tattersall's Plate in very solid style. Number 6, Might, Shane Dye, $2.65 and 95. And you've got to take your hat off to Tommy Smith. Not many trainers would be even game enough to try it, but he not only tries it, he gets away with it more often than not. Say La Vie will be second, ridden by Craig Carmody on the place tote, will return $2.50. An Eye of the Sky, who just got bogged down under his big weight in the last little bit, and he'll pay $1.05. TJ does it again, Ken.
Yes, John, all honest to Tommy Smith. Have a look at this horse, and he outstayed him. That was the marvellous part. Dye put him into the open, didn't worry about the whip, hard hands and heels, threw the reins at him, and Might found everything. A good win. I shied off him because he comes straight from the 1600, but you can't underestimate Tommy Smith. Might, a good winner, and if you backed him on the tote, you got pretty good odds. Right, that takes us through to the next race on the card, where I reckon the best bet of the day is number 5, Glenview. A very good filly, this one.
And looks like making it a hat trick of wins, Glenview. Numbers official on Tattersall's Plate are 6, 8 and 1. Might first, Say La Vie second, Eye of the Sky third, 6, 8, 1. Tommy Smith has obviously had an opinion of Might. He's taken the horse along very quietly. He's a 4-year-old now, and today was having only his 14th start, which is nothing really. He's by Imperial Seal, a sire of stayers, and Smith obviously has been of the opinion all along that this horse was going to run a trip, and had no hesitation in stepping up from 1600 at Warwick Farm a fortnight back. But as I said, very few trainers are even game to try it. Okay, the winner, Might, Shane Dye, 265 and 95, and that's the first of 5 coming your way from Randwick today. Righto, when we return, Australia's cricket team prepare for their tour of Pakistan.
0-0-0. They're all set. Morphettville race number 4. Your caller, Ron Paps.
Light is flashing now. Ready to go. Racing. And the Spirit of Emily away nicely. Dibble's Choice away pretty well. Stay Afloat, Slasher Jack and Fragonard is spearing through the pack looking for the lead. And on settling down, it's Fragonard, Spirit of Emily and Dibble's Choice going together, with Dibble's Choice out wide just shading them. Bakara close handy, Slasher Jack and also Stay Afloat. Indian Ruby is fixed up out deep. It can't get in anywhere. In that division, My Vow gets up on the rail from Cozzy's Kingdom, and also caught back in a bit of trouble was Vanilla Prince, followed by World News and Royal Petrel. Coming past the 600 point, and here Dibble's Choice led narrowly from Fragonard the inside. It's had the run of the race. Then came Spirit of Emily, followed by Bakara. Streaker Silver works up between horses. Indian Ruby is still deep. On the turn for home now, Dibble's Choice got a length in front of Fragonard, who's being niggled at. Over on the outside, Spirit of Emily, and they were followed by Bakara. Running down to the 200-metre mark, Dibble's Choice got 2 in front of Spirit of Emily, who's coming quickly. Fragonard's gone. They've left this one in the bag, and Spirit of Emily going sweetly to the line is starting to sail away, and Spirit of Emily will win it easily. 2.5 Dibble's Choice, third Bakara, then came fourth Slasserjack, probably from on the outside Stay Afloat, Cozzy's Kingdom. They were followed by World News, then Fragonard, a fizzer. Then My Vow, they were followed by Vanilla Prince out wide, and they were followed further back then by Indian Ruby. My Vow ahead of it, further back Royal Petrel and Streaker Silver, one of the last. A sweet win, Spirit of Emily.
Sweet win indeed, Spirit of Emily. 11.64, expect $8.15 and $1.70. 6 Dibble's Choice, $1 even, and third 4 Bakara, expect $1.65. 11.64 past the post Morphettville, and their main race today is the Spring Stakes. 8 Sailor V240, 1 Eye of the Sky 105, Quinella 3070, trifecta $296.20 as the skies start to clear up somewhat. We had rain earlier, but a bit of blue coming around from the bay. Race 4 Morphettville, Spirit of Emily, 821.70, 6 Dibble's Choice $1, Bakara 160, 35.05 Quinella, and the trifecta $621.05. With the tote, Campaign King 160, and with the bookmakers has firmed in. Fair Sir, $20.25. He's not wanted. My Steely Dan, $4.15, and has actually drifted with the bookmakers. 4 out, full at last, $14. Number 6, Carbstead, $3.40. Good value with the bookies. Our Westminster, $2.75, and strong support for him. Rancho Ruler, $1.50. And he'll start the favourite both on the tote and with the bookmakers. A 9, Society Bay, has been a big drifter in the ring, $11.65 and $1.90. Field of 8 was the best horse to jump away from the barrier stalls. He just leads. Society Bay, My Steely Dan out wider on the track. Campaign King is back racing 5th, and they were followed behind them by Full at Last, Carbstead and Fair Sir last of all. Going over the crossing, and Rancho Ruler went up on the outside of Our Westminster, but the handsome son of Grosvenor leads by a length. Rancho Ruler second, a length and a half, My Steely Dan. 2 lengths away, Society Bay, then Campaign King the fence, Carbstead, second last Fair Sir, and last of all was Full at Last. They're running down the side of the track. Brent Thompson dictating terms on the Kiwi. Our Westminster, it leads 3/4 of a length to Rancho Ruler. My Steely Dan the grey is out 3 deep, and Campaign King edging closer. Then Fair Sir wide, followed by Society Bay, a length and a half to Carbstead, and Full at Last, last of all, about 6 lengths off the lead. At the 500, Our Westminster just in front. Rancho Ruler and My Steely Dan out 3 deep. They've run straight past Our Westminster. Rancho Ruler and My Steely Dan together. A length away, Our Westminster third, followed by Fair Sir running on. Campaign King under pressure, and then Society Bay. My Steely Dan has taken the lead in the Memsey. My Steely Dan on the outside of Rancho Ruler. Gouchy goes for Rancho Ruler. There's not much left. My Steely Dan on the outside and Rancho Ruler. 3 lengths away, Fair Sir. Rancho Ruler and Gouchy just in front of My Steely Dan, and then Fair Sir followed by Campaign King. Rancho Ruler just in front, and Rancho's going to win. Rancho first, a great effort. Rancho first, a half length to My Steely Dan. Fair Sir third. Then Campaign King, Full at Last. Well back in the field, Society Bay, Carbstead, and last to finish was Our Westminster, which was forced to take up the role of pacemaker.
Well, I was wrong there, but Rancho Ruler was just had the better position in the race, always going to be very hard to beat. Was able to hold off My Steely Dan. They singled out from the others, but you can take it from me that on the turn, Rancho Ruler's doing well there. He's got to nearly to the lead. They're about equal. I thought My Steely Dan might do a little better than him in the run home because of the wet conditions. But you can see Our Westminster there. Just before that picture came on, Campaign King got squeezed between Fair Sir and Our Westminster. Otherwise, I'm sure that he would have been a lot closer. He was under pressure, but he was making his run, and he got stopped in his tracks, and now he's had to run on. But he would have been a lot closer, but whether it would have changed the decision, I'm doubtful. But he should have been closer, Campaign King. But Rancho Ruler's going down to the wire to beat My Steely Dan, and Fair Sir ran on pretty good.
Well, Rancho Ruler, I know that was the shortest margin he's won by.
There we
his
go
last
back to
3
the
starts,
corner
but
here.
it was very impressive.
A later race with Gold Trump, who was an odds-on favourite. This filly is unbeaten in 2 starts. She looks highly promising. She'll need to be, because today's field is the strongest she's encountered so far, and this will be a good barometer. Ken, race callers worry about names that don't ring clearly. Tell you what, mate, there are 2 fillies in this race that I sincerely hope don't single out in the last little bit. Kith and Whiff. I'll be an awful.
85 trifecta, 185.65, and the race-to-race double 870. Update race number 5.
Like myself, everybody thinks Glenview's a moral. Bookies put up 6-4 on. Crash bang. It's 2's on in the ring and 2's on the tote. 10-1 Grey Fee from the top. 14 Research, 14 Atalanta's Way, 25 Fine Blend, 2's on Glenview, 50 Bayonet. Brown Reason was scratched. 20-1 Kith, one of the horses John spoke of, and a Darren Beedman mount. 40-1 With, the other one. 100 Pagan Dance, 100 Treetop Creek, 100 Sail to Success, 10-1 Volterra, who was a stablemate of the favourite Glenview, 200 Roller and Bell, 200 Venus or Runner, and Malcolm Johnston's mount Little Miracles, which is owned by his wife, is at just over 20-1, about 23-1 on the tote. The favourite still 75 cents for 50, Glenview. Here's Johnny.
OK, Ken, and Glenview from Barrier 3 should have the run of the race. And as I mentioned, she's a daughter of that incomparable stallion, Sir Tristram, who stands in New Zealand. I think he came to Australasia initially at a service fee of, if memory serves me rightly, I think it might have been about $4,000 his first year at stud. Last I heard, it was $60,000 to book a mare to Sir Tristram. So he's been an incredible success story, a very ordinary racehorse. He won 2 pretty lacklustre races in France. But the man hasn't been born who can forecast genetics. And whilst he was an ordinary runner himself on the track, he's proven to be one of the most prepotent forces in the thoroughbred breeding sphere worldwide in the last few years. And his sons and daughters are highly prized. Now there's a riderless one over there, Fine Blend's rider out of the saddle. Fine Blend is holding up the start. Racing action in Queensland today is about 20 miles out of town in Bill Hayden country. Won't be Bill Hayden country for much longer. He'll be moving to Yarralumla very shortly. But Bill's been there quite a while at Bundamba. Let's pick up the action in race 5 up there.
Coming onto the bend, 300 metres to go. He hasn't let go on Stealthy as yet. It's Stealthy just in front of our Roman Consul. Rassman to the outside, throwing down the gauntlet to the pair of them. And shortly after, Rassman has loomed up to join Stealthy Knight and our Roman Consul. They're clear of Glamoucher and Rocky's Return, trying to get into the clear. He's in now. He's coming fast on the outside. Rocky's Return, he's swamping them. Yes, Rocky's Return got up and won it. Rocky's Return first. Rassman second. Stealthy Knight or Glamoucher third.
Rocky's Return got up to win race 5 at beautiful Bundamba, a very picturesque setting at Ipswich, about 20 miles from Brisbane. Now here's Rowlauren Bell coming up to complete the line. Fine Blend has moved in and stands nicely. And 2 fillies with rather close names are Whiff and Kith. And they're both in line and facing up squarely. Volterra, the inside runner. Now the starter's coming over to release the field. They make a good line. Treetop Creek stands up well. So does Glenview. Bayonet. Pagan Dance well behaved with Grey Fee and Research and Atalanta's Way, and now the gates open. Off and running in the Furious. Research a little slow to move. Glenview not the best out. Bouncing away quickly as Kith towards the outside. Venus Orana fast into stride, and so is Bayonet, followed by Volterra. Glenview is quickly spearing through to join those leaders, followed by Sail to Success and then Grey Fee. Onto the first turn, and Glenview is sharing the lead with Venus Orana. Volterra poking up on the inside to hold them out, followed by Sail to Success, Grey Fee, and 3 deep as Bayonet. Then Research improving quickly, followed by Fine Blend. At the head of the others came Whiff. Kith is in that bunch, and a gap then to Atalanta's Way, Treetop Creek, Pagan Dance, Rowlauren Bell, and last of all is Little Miracles at the 700 mark. Venus Orana Forge clear, led by a length on Glenview, a length away Grey Fee and Volterra, followed by Sail to Success, Research, Bayonet. Further back Kith and Whiff is about 4 deep as they near the turn. Fine Blend got shuffled back a bit, followed by Treetop Creek and then Pagan Dance and Atalanta's Way as they corner into the straight. 400 out. Venus Orana led. Glenview on the outside is going easily as they come up the rise. Grey Fee making a dash at them, followed by Volterra, Sail to Success and Whiff. On top of the rise, Glenview headed Venus Orana. Grey Fee under the big weight is boxing on, and Whiff down the outside, running home gamely. He's had to pull the whip on Glenview, who's a length in front of Grey Fee. Look at Research bursting out of the ruck. Research is coming home over the top of Glenview. Glenview is weakening. Research has grabbed it and beat it, I think. Research on the line from Glenview with Grey Fee third, a big run under the big weight. And then Atalanta's Way, Pagan Dance, Volterra, Fine Blend, followed by Venus Orana. Little Miracles next. Whiff died on her run, followed by Sail to Success, Treetop Creek, and then Rowlauren Bell and Bayonet, and back at the tail is Kith. Whiff made a dash. Kith was devoid of dash. Thank goodness. No reflection on the horses or their owners, but Struth, I'm glad they didn't get into the finish. Now watch this. Glenview. Gee, she just lacked a little bit today when the pressure was right on. The one charging down the outside, Research, I'm pretty sure we'll get it. Mick Dittman, $6 and $1.40. Glenview on the place tote showing 60. And which one for third, lads? Grey Fee, good run, Grey Fee. Number 1, Ken, $1.20.
Yes, John, no doubt Research has won. She's got her on the peg and has won beyond, without a shadow of a doubt, as Ken Howard used to say. Here she comes in the blue cap, running into third place, about to go past Grey Fee into second place. I think Glenview was disappointing. She had a chance. She found a length at the furlong, but it wasn't enough because Research just kept plugging away, stormed home and grabbed her on the post to win by about a head. With Grey Fee, as John said, fighting on splendidly under a big weight. A splendid run, the third filly, to carry that weight and be beaten as narrowly as she was. But if you've backed the winner, as John told you, you get $6.30 for 50 cents. Fortunately, that was a bit short for me to back, but you would have thought it would have won. Next race, race 6, I'm sticking with the Bart Cummings stable, although I've had a bit of the wind knocked out of my sails, with number 9, Sky Chase.
Thanks, Ken. Yes, on the day, you'd have to say a shade disappointing. Either that or we have simply overrated the previous 2 runs of Glenview. It may be the latter. We shouldn't detract too much from Research and Imperial Prince filly, because has had 9 starts. She's won 3 of them and has been very sparingly raced. She's trained by a very underrated trainer in Clary Connors at Warwick Farm. He treats his horses like kids, keeps them in cotton wool, looks after them, and his patience is now being rewarded with Research storming home to snatch victory on the line by a short head. And the official TABs are 6.30, 1.40, 60 and $1.20. OK, in a moment we return to the ice with Boston and Edmonton.
Behind the stalls, as you can see, about 3/4 of the field look like they're ready, and still a couple to be brought up. There's one going up riderless. Redelva, 7.
That was Gesualdo. Away very quickly, Lockley's Tradition. Redelva's going fast in the early stages. Charfire, Prominent Lord Galaxy right on the hammer and tack. With that group, Polydor, and also going up in between horses, Kingmaker. A couple of lengths further back in the field behind those then came Gesualdo, who's dropped to the tail of the field, and Eastern Classic second last, about 2 in front of him. Redelva nursed down the side of the 800, led narrowly from in second placing Lockley's Tradition. Polydor third, Charfire fourth, ridden along Lord Galaxy fifth, but gaining ground on the rail. 2 lengths Kingmaker, 2.5 Eastern Classic, and 2 to Gesualdo. On the turn they race at the 600-metre mark, and the big chestnut, the bold fellow Redelva, led by a neck. In second placing Lockley's Tradition, then a line of 3, Chaff by the centre, Polydor out wide, and on the rail Lord Galaxy. He swings now on Redelva as they turn for home, and he got a neck in front. Lockley's Tradition comes at him. Lord Galaxy behind those from Charfire, Polydor. Redelva shaken up the leader at the 200. He's holding Lockley's Tradition, the big chestnut. Is he back? I reckon he is. Redelva's clear. He's starting to come away. Nifty Wilson, Hands and Hills, the dairy farmer, and he's got the big, bold chestnut home, and home easily. Redelva, it wasn't even an exercise gallop. Second, Lockley's Tradition, 2.5 away. Third might have been Eastern Classic, which was there with Lord Galaxy, Charfire, Gesualdo, and Kingmaker and Polydor.
What a great win, number 4 Redelva. Great to see him back in the winner's stall, and no doubt we'll see him come to Melbourne for some of the big spring races. Redelva first, number 4, $1 even and 65 cents on the Victorian tote. 1 Lockley's Tradition to pay 70, and third placing goes to number 5, which is Eastern Classic, expected $1.30 a place. Redelva won in fine style despite drifting across the track, but great to see the horse come back after a throat operation. Morpheville race number 6, the Rumpus Room Handicap, former good horse. In 145, 5 Glenview 60 cents and 1 Grey Fee 80. Quinella 475, trifecta 93.95. These tote dividends are official with correct weight and extra double 35.95. Morpheville race 5, interim dividends for Redelva, $1 even and 65 cents a place. 1 Lockley's Tradition 70 and 5 Eastern Classic $1.30, and the Quinella and trifecta will be coming through shortly for that event. Horses in the mounting yard for third leg of the quadrella, Phil.
Yes, Melbourne, the West Coast Eagles, 4-7-31. 15... don't let me talk about it. Danny, you've got some details on Adelaide.
Still, it's only half the game over, Phil. Morpheville 5, the winner for Redelva, $1 even, 65 a place. Lockley's Tradition 70, Eastern Classic 135. Quinella quite popular, 205, and the trifecta $18.45. The update here, Sable Zephyr 605, Scarlet Bisque $1 even and 65 as they start to move up. Kingston Heritage not really wanted today. Trendy Bay 780, $11 about Bronze End and Cherry Hills. Bijou Mio 855, yet it's never 1855. Goes up to the gates. It was the one we've been waiting on, and they're just about set for a start for the WP Mean Handicap over 1,000 metres, and they'll go very quickly in this. All set, there's the light. Gates fly back and they're racing. Scarlet Bisque got out quickly, ridden hard by Clark to get across and lead from Kingston Heritage. Lippo's going very fast, and so is Manatainer. And look at the horse from the west, Sable Zephyr, going across very speedily from the outside. He's in the blue colours. Scarlet Bisque pushes up on the inside to share the lead with Sable Zephyr. Going up out 3 deep on the track, Manatainer, a length and a half away, Lippo's. Trendy Bay getting through in the centre, followed by Vain Valeric. Back behind those speeding fine, a couple of lengths away, Bronze End, who got a bad check, and then came Seltan. Bijou Mio around the outside and a couple of lengths Sabre Miner. Coming up to the turn, 4.50 to go. And Sable Zephyr just in front of Scarlet Bisque. Over on the outside was Manatea, followed by Lippos running on. Sable Zephyr kicked away. Scarlet Bisque pulls out from behind it. Lippos is running on well. Sable Zephyr in front. Lippos is getting to it on the outside. Then Scarlet Bisque and Trendy Bay Sabre Miner. Lippos has taken the lead from Sable Zephyr. Lippos on the outside and Sable Zephyr fighting back. Lippos is just in front, getting near the line, and it might have just won. Lippos narrowly from Sable Zephyr. 3 lengths away, third, and the race is tight. Seltun flew from a mile back in the field from Speeding Fine. Then came Sabre Miner. Scarlet Bisque was taken on left, right and centre and compounded. Then Trendy Bay, Cherry Hills, Bronzent, Kingston Heritage, Manatea, and well back Cindy Seppert, Vain Valeric and Bijou Mio never got warm. It's run last.
Well, we saw 2 great riders there, Pat Hyland and Harry White. Pat Hyland desperate to win with the whip. Harry wouldn't go for the whip at all, just his hands and heels as his inimitable style for Harry. He must have good side vision because it's getting pretty close. Naturally, it's won. Lippos has won, beaten the #1 horse, Sabre Zephyr. But by Jove, I think that Sable Zephyr was a little bit stiff that it drew 13. Otherwise, it would have won pretty easily, I think.
It was a very good run. I was impressed with him because he's got headed, I'd say, by about a half a length at the 200 and showed great tenacity to fight back and actually draw level. And I think Lippo's got the big stride in on the line.
Well, he is a winner of 1,400 metres last start, Sable Zephyr, and I'm sure that he'll be improved by that run. But by Jove, he's got some good. I really thought that Scarlet Bisque would lead and lead easily, but no, it didn't. This horse came across and, you know, had to use its petrol up.
Well, Graham Kelly is talking to the winning trainer. No, $1.10. Good ride by Harry White. Cool ride to get it home narrowly from Sable Zephyr. Very impressive second. $1.30 and third number 10 Speeding Fine $1.90. Quinella 15.15. Trifecta 325.45 and the race to race double on Rancho Ruler and Lippos paid $18.15. Race 6 is the Chelmsford Stakes.
I seem to think he won't beat his stablemate Sky Chase today, but I don't think it'll be long. He's coming right. Let's look at these prices. Maya Card, a little bit of a fallen idol, but a damn good horse. He's at 5 to 1. Kenzai at 30 to 1. Lord Highbrow, good money for him in the ring. Coming in, making him about 16s now. He's into about 14s in the ring. Wong is scratched. Algonquin Club is a roughie, 40s. Mountie Bank is a roughie at 60s. Ad Jug was scratched. Bozam is at 7 to 2. Sky Chase showing evens on the tote, a bit shorter with bookies. He's likely to firm a little bit more yet. 40 round the world, 11 to 2 Bravery, and 100 to 1 Lady Liberty. Sky Chase still showing $1 dividend. You might have to settle for 95 cents. Here's the best caller in the business, Johnny Tapp.
Thanks, Ken, and I'm looking forward immensely to the running of the Chelmsford Stakes with a star-studded field, and there's the little champ going in now, Bozam. He's not tall, he's just barely over 15 hands, but he's almost as wide again. Built like a tank. Mountie Bank moves up into line. Bozam has gone up. Now Mountie Bank looked as though he'd walk in, but backed out again. Now his Sky Chase in the red sleeves, red cap, about to come up into line. Gavin Duffy rides Sky Chase today. Algonquin Club is about to be led forward. The old Algonquin Club in New York apparently was quite a haunt with the gambling set in the old days. I know Harpo Marx loved the joint. You couldn't keep Harpo out of the place. Did he fancy a card game? He literally lived there. Now Maya Card in the reverse direction. Kenzai not ready, and Lady Liberty, South Australian Oaks winner, is about to move up. There's Maya Card going into line. Lady Liberty and Kenzai are the two we're waiting on. Kenzai following a very similar pattern to the one that led him to last year's Melbourne Cup. Now Kenzai and Lady Liberty move in to complete the line, and the